after week, there is a brand new vehicle in my driveway. It's a new car, it's a new truck, it's a new SUV. They all have the latest and greatest technology. But when it comes to my own cars, the cars that I own, well, I got a 99 and an 07, and on the technology scale, they're pretty far behind. That's why I came up with Ain't Fuelin'. I wanted to take today's tech, pop it into older cars that folks already own, that are paid off, but that need a little more cool, or a lot more cool. And when it comes to cool, today's product, man oh man, it is probably the coolest piece of bolt-on technology that I've seen roll out in 2016. It's the Pearl RearVision. This is a backup camera in a license plate frame. It's wireless. It bolts on in 10 minutes or so, they say. And Pearl Automation sent this out to me to test. This is not a paid review. They did send this out here to me for free though. I didn't pay for this, but they didn't pay me. Just so that's straight. Let me show you what we got in the box. There's a license plate frame. And there's all the stuff that goes with it. A very interesting OBD dongle, a phone mount, and a cool little tool for the installation. Now the trick is, it bolts onto your license plate pretty quickly. You pop the OBD dongle into the OBD port, you download the app onto your phone, you pop this into your dash, and your backup camera is now on your phone. Step number 1, take off the license plate. The frame is well marked, so you know how to put it together. Pop that in there. Got these little rubber bumpers. That's good, nice and tight. Once you have the frame base affixed to the license plate, it's time to mount it to the car. Now your car may have either bolts, like I do, or you may have screws. So in my case, I needed a socket wrench. If you have screws, you're gonna need a screwdriver. Either way, it shouldn't take you that long to bolt it up. And then once you do, you take the overframe, and you see there's a USB charger built into it if you need to charge it off the car. And now you see the two cameras, the daytime camera, the nighttime camera up top, and below the solar panel. There's a groove here, and we pop that right in like that. And here's the screw. It's a little bit more difficult installing on the S2000 than it is on some cars because the OBD port is tucked away underneath the right side of the wheel next to the transmission tunnel. Most cars that I see, the OBD port is easy to get to these days, and it's generally on the left side of the wheel below the dash. Simple to get to, but the S2000 is such a small car, man. They had to tuck it in. I got it plugged in, and when you plug it in, you'll hear a beep beep chime. It'll let you know that it's connected. Now it's time to fire up the app and see what we have. First, you got to download the app from the iTunes store if you got an Apple device. Now I'm going to take the time to install the dash mount. Just pop it into one of the dashboard vents, get it positioned, and then you need to take a little metal piece and stick it on the back of your phone or your phone case so that you can get some magnetic action going on, and then bam, just drop it in place, and it holds it pretty nice. Now we'll fire up the app and start setup. Got to go through a few steps here. Got to enter some information. You got to make sure you're on flat ground. The app will measure the tilt. Then you got to go to the back bumper and measure how high the cameras are off the ground. Dial that information into the app. Mark the position, and you're good to go. You can also turn guidelines on or off. With all the information in, boom, we got a camera. The S2000's a little cold. Check out how we can pan from right to left by just clicking on the screen. We'll rotate to landscape mode and you get a nice full view. Now you notice we don't have the guidelines on. Boom, let's turn them on. It worked right out of the box, although I did run into some glitches. See that little blank out? And another blank out. There's where it senses, but I'd already stopped. I'm going to pull forward and I'll go straighten it out and go back towards the Civic. This video reads recovering message. That's because I'm not hooked up to Wi-Fi. Here we go. We're going to get close to the Civic and watch it go right. Get closer. There it is. So you can see those distance lines go back and forth. You see that sort of ripple motion. That second ripple motion was when I passed my ramps that were leaning against the fence. Watch. Let's see what happens when we go past them again. More recovering. You got to switch to Wi-Fi, kids. That ripple right there, that's from my ramps. And we're going to ease towards the bumper. The red line says you're getting close. And you see that red tint, that's from my brake lights. But the outline, that red outline, that's the warning that you're getting too close. Let's try it. In portrait mode. Now there are two views here. You get a wide angle view below and this view up top. It's a bit closer. You'll see it gets really close. There's the first sensor. And there we go with the red outline. You're getting too close. Now, there's a switcher built into this. You can have up to 4 apps, and you can switch to Maps, you can switch to Waze, you can switch to Spotify. Whatever 4 apps are your faves, you can switch back and forth from RearVision to those apps. And we're going to go out, go back in again, automatically orients, and we'll go to Spotify. Spotify loads. Or not. Because I'm not hooked up to Wi-Fi. Let's take a look at what the nighttime camera views look like. We'll start out in portrait mode. Now let's go to horizontal mode. And it's a little crooked. Let's try and straighten it up a little bit. We've got the lights out. Let's back up and see what happens when we get close. But first we're going to change modes from nighttime view to normal mode and back. So you can see you get a better view of what's going on when you don't have lighting. And it changes to that weird, I don't know what. It looks like kind of first-person shooter mode. I apologize for the shake in the S2000. It's not the smoothest car in the world. And this focus could be a little bit tighter on the camera. There's the first warning. And now we're getting closer. It gave us a second warning. And we'll pull forward. I don't know why it gave us the warning there, but let's try it one more time. We'll swing wider this time. There's the first warning. We're still pretty far away. And there's the second warning. I'll pull up and cut the wheel again. Again, another warning. So it's kind of overly sensitive. This software really does need to develop a little bit. I'd like to see better guidelines. than what they have. You know, something closer to what the OEMs use. Some of that stuff might be covered by patents though, so I don't know exactly how that's constrained. So here we go, get another look at the wide view. After doing this for 15 minutes, I really wanted a bigger phone, and I smacked myself in the head because, hey, I needed to switch back to Wi-Fi. Anytime you start up and you're in your own garage and it's picking up your house Wi-Fi, you want to go into your iPhone settings and switch to the Pearl Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi that comes off the OBD device. Otherwise, you're going to get Bluetooth video, and it's slower, and that's not a good thing. Another look at it. So night vision is kind of weird, and this camera is really not the best, but to get an idea of how it works, I'm going to try shooting this with a different camera. It's just very difficult with the S2000 because it's such a small car, such a tight cockpit that you don't have a lot of places to mount a stabilized camera. There's not really a place straight back where you can hang it off of glass or bolt to any place easy. So I apologize for shaking again, but I'm going to shoot some more video. Some more footage shot on a sunny day. I am backing up into the setting sun, and you'll see as I creep up on my ramps, that first warning is going to go off right around here. Now I'm creeping closer to the Civic. You don't see a warning until the red line. Here's another cool touch. You can actually pan vertically to reposition the camera view so you can get a better look either up or down. So that's the Pearl RearVision. It is the easiest way to add a backup camera to any car built after 1996 with an OBD port. Many thanks for Pearl for sending it out, and thank you for watching. We'll catch you down the road.